Good afternoon, everybody. Seems really weird saying afternoon because all my networking is normally mornings. Anyway, um, Laura approached me and said, "Do you have any ideas what you can do at the InFocus?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do one on seeding ChatGPT." Because I was due to do it this morning, but we swapped it to next week in my 1Networking group. First question. Put your hand up if you have not heard of or do not know what ChatGPT is. Perfect. So I'm not using lingo no one understands. Always a good start. Always a good start. So ChatGPT is brilliant. It's even better when you tell it about your business so it can actually personalize the messages. But then, 1 second, he's gone to the kitchen.
Oh, good.
Sorry, husband came in looking for the dog. Yeah, so it's always better when you tell it about you and your business so it can personalize. But even once you've personalized it, please either send it to a copywriter or read through it yourself. Don't just copy and paste. And if you are going to do anything factual or legislation wise or anything like that, do double check it because it's not completely up to date with information. So, does anyone else here know how to seed ChatGPT? No. Perfect. Right, I'm going to share my screen. It says when I can find screen share. There it is. Sorry about that, guys. Just went a bit blind there. So ChatGPT. You've got down here. So the first thing you need to do is you need to tell it what it is you're going to ask it to do. So in a moment, I will ask you to write a Facebook post. But first, I want to tell you about my business. So if you're seeding it this way, I would say have something already written out that tells it about your business. I'm actually going to cheat because I do this quite regularly. And I am going to copy and paste things that I've already told it in a different chat. So, but I'll come on to how you generate this. Come on. I'll come on, I'll tell you how to generate this info with using ChatGPT in a couple of minutes. So, right, now I've got only the information I want. We go back to the new post, just paste that in there. So it's immediately written me. It knows it's local to Macclesfield. It's no faff. It's for SMEs. It's time saving because it's short. It can tell you all about what it does. But that's a bit long for me for Facebook. So please write me a shorter Facebook post to engage with my audience. So you see it's now dramatically reduced it. So that's one way you can seed it, is where you've already got the information and you can just paste it in. The other way to seed it, and I've just realised my timer is still set paused at 10 minutes. So Laura, can you give me a heads up when the time's up? So I'm going to jump back in this one, and I'm going to do the same thing. So new chat, but this time I'm going to ask it for a LinkedIn post. So rather than me telling it about my business, and I love doing this because it really makes you think, guys. This is an absolute classic one. Please, can you ask me 20 questions about my business to help you understand it better? And this is key because it will ask you questions and you go, ooh, I'm not sure about that. So what I copied and pasted in this one here, this 1 to 18, those were my answers to a previous time of asking it. But each time you ask it to ask you questions, it'll ask you slightly different ones. So it really does get you thinking about how well you know your business or things you haven't normally thought about. So can you describe your business's missions or core values? What are the main challenges your business faces? We quite often think about what challenges our clients are facing. We don't always think about what we're facing. How do you measure success within your business? Is it purely financial? Because for most people, it probably isn't. So, the key with this, I think, is to sit down and answer them all in one go. So I know it's going to be slightly different answers, but let's, just because we don't have masses of time, I'm just going to cheat. So I'll copy these from the last time I did this. See, for me, this is now looking more like a LinkedIn article than a post because it's too long. So, these short to LinkedIn post. Much more readable. Much more readable. And, well, you've seen how long that's taken. The other thing that you can ask it to do once you've told it about this is please come up with a social media plan for 30 days for LinkedIn. Include the time, the best time to post to get audience engagement, and also hashtags. Please reduce this in a table format. I'm just going to stop it there because we don't need to see all 25, but you can see it's telling you the type of post, the best time of day to post it, and it's giving you the hashtags as well to use in your post. And sometimes these really surprised me at the times it's saying to post, because if we do that again, no, because if we do that again, but this time we're going to do it for Facebook. And this time I will spell format right. It's not doing it that much with this one. Just stop there because we don't. It's not doing it that much with this one. But sometimes it'll come up and say, I suppose this is about networking, isn't it, rather than time management. It'll come up and say, my time management post at 7:30 at night. Because that's when people are that's when people have got time to think about the lack of time management. It's not at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. How am I doing for time, Tina? I think we might have lost. Yeah, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, you're right for a couple of minutes. We'll work
Couple of
around
minutes.
it.
Well, okay, if there's a couple of minutes left, I'm going to say, has anyone got any questions? Because I could go on and on and on about how to use ChatGPT. Ben?
Yeah, so you listed all those questions. You may have touched on this, but it went so quick I didn't get it. So every time I answer a question, I got to go back and get another question. Is it better to do it all in one go?
Do it all in one go. So when you answer the questions, you literally put like 1 dash your answer, 2 dash your answer, 3 dash your answer.
Right, because I've tried it before, pressed enter, and then tried to go on to number 2. It doesn't
Right,
like
hold on,
paragraph.
let me share my screen again and I'll show you.
It doesn't like paragraphs, does it?
It does. So if you are, so say we're going to reply to, right, what's the name of your business? So Focus Gurue. So I've answered that. If you then hold down shift and press return, it will just move it down the line.
Oh, okay.
And that works the same with LinkedIn messages as well. If you hold down shift and press enter, it just moves it onto the next line.
Right. That's the biggest tip that I'll take away from today, because I have seen this done, but it's always not there because it's been scrolling up and down to questions.
Yeah, so where pressing enter sends a message, if you hold down shift and enter, it just moves you down another line.
Brilliant, thank you, because I literally I spent like 2 hours going up
Imagine
and down,
that'd be frustrating.
one by one. And
Yeah.
if you do it one by one, it then answered that question, and then you've got to go back up even further. Nightmare.
Did you also spot that? I should really just leave my screen share up, shouldn't I? It's just easier to see you all at the same when we're doing questions. So if we send that. All right, that's because I put some. Right, okay, right, me. 30 Facebook posts. Whilst it's going, there's a little button here. If you press that, it stops it from generating.
What did you press to stop that, Rachel?
The stop button. So where you've typed your message here, there's a little circle with a square.
Yep.
If you press that, it stops it from generating.
Cool.
So if it started generating something you think, no, you've not understood me, you can stop it at any point.
Fantastic.
Rachel, the instance of ChatGPT you're using, is that a paid for instance or
No.
is it just a free access?
Free access.
Amazing.
Free access. If I can get away without paying for it, Chris, I will.
I'm all over that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So no, everything I do is on the free version.
Fantastic.
I was chatting to my husband about giving this talk yesterday, and he said he's a geek, and he said we need to install local chat. I'm like, what the flip's local chat? He said it's like ChatGPT, but it's not data mined, and it's an app that goes on your computer. So haven't actually got that yet, but that's something else potentially for people to look into.
Oh, fabulous. That's brilliant, Rachel. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any quick questions for Rachel? And if you do think of any more after, we can have got time for a couple of questions if anyone does have anything. Are we all good?
No question, just an observation. I was chatting to Katie very briefly about the use that she has for artificial intelligence stuff, and I said it couldn't possibly replace the stuff I do for personal portraits. And she said, "I'm just going to stop you there." And she showed me 25 beautiful portraits that had been generated of her based upon some photos I'd taken of her that were miles better than mine. So I was gutted.
Oh gosh.
We're all going to be out of work.
The one final comment, although I've not played with this feature yet. Yeah, once it's generated you some content, this my business coach told me this, you can get it to read it back to you.
Mm.
And she said, so after at the bottom of any content it's produced, the left-hand icon says read aloud, and it's got copy, regenerate, bad response. But she said it's really fun to get it to read back to you, especially if you put your business name in there and your business name something like Kapow.